See where this game here taking us, no barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much, actions be louder than words, man. So it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog, I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. I put so my frustration.
Okay, Coach, historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Round 80! Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. That's the worst. Monday.
The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Watch twist.
Now Allen. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to rifle one, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
On second down, it's Jones. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. A big run there by Jones. Give him 53 yards on the ground. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now it's Rodgers. A throw caught by Kumaro. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line. Green 18. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Now Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To the air, Allen. There's a short little toss to Carrier. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
First down, Raiders.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation. Let him sneak his way across. Coming back underneath. Put it in his hands. Let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 12, Allen. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Throwing left side, it's complete. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
First down, Raiders.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
at the Packers' 31-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. From the 31, Allen caught by Jones. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
319.
Check, 42's the mic.
Yeah.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
319.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Get 300. Get 300.
42. Nice 42. Check. Switch.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
On first, here's Washington, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this one is right down the middle. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing is Rodgers. And unsuccessful there, trying to dump it underneath. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Take 30. Mike 42. Let's go, D. Hey, box drop.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. $51 yards on the punt there. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Allen off the bootleg. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, I 7.
From the gun on 3rd down, Allen. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That'll bring up 4th down after back-to-back-to-back 3-yard pickups. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the toss play, this is Washington. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world. Check. Hold. Shit. Kill.
On 2nd down, Washington. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down.
56.
Draw play, Washington. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll run on first down. It's Washington. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Allen buying time to his left. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Smooth. They're not ready for this. They still playing soft.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. As the first half is winding down, and the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Carlson now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Raiders 17, Packers 7.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Rodgers on third down. And able to find Allen Lazard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On second down now. It's Jones, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Raiders.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Washington on the right side toss. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On second down, it's Washington. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. Now Washington, and this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They run with Washington, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now Allen. He completes it to Bryant. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A loss of 2 there. Second down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On second down now, it's Washington. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Staying on the ground with Washington. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. That good for 19 and a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Raiders.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On first down, Washington. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll try to counter with Washington. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. The Raiders on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 4. And that will be incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The kick by Carlson is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive. knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Packers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's complete to Graham. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35. Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a draw play. This is Jones. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Running it, Washington. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Allen to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A handoff for Washington. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Bring it around, Eddie! Get the ball!
On third down, here's Washington. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 8.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders, and never an easy thing to do, no matter how good Green Bay is, what the year is, to come into Lambeau and get the victory, but they did it.
You're not just battling the team that you're playing that day. You're not just battling the crowd that's in attendance in that game. You're battling the history of the franchise. You're battling the ghosts that swirl around that place that help spur them on to victory. It is an unbelievable atmosphere, the most historic place in the league, and you have to make sure you stay focused on your task. Otherwise, you can get easily distracted.
Yeah, hats off to them for keeping that laser focus and getting the victory. So for Oakland, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.
I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver, I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the wrist I was never at the hit. I would never get this off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate.
The young, incredible one is the young.